Hey guys, and welcome back to my kitchen. I'm so excited because a lot of you guys have been asking me how to make oxtails, so I figured I'll just make a video and show you guys everything that you need and also how to cook it. This is a warning, oxtails take literally forever to cook, like at least 6 hours depending on how big of pieces you buy. But I'm just going to start by showing you everything that I'll be using tonight, all of the fresh herbs and all of the seasonings. We have 2 pounds of oxtails, and my oxtails have been washed and cleaned. We have our fresh onions, we have thyme, fresh garlic, scallions, Scotch bonnet peppers, we have a fresh tomato, and pimento seeds. So those are all the herbs that I'm using tonight. And as for the seasonings, we have our adobo, seasoned salt, black pepper, Sazon, garlic powder, and our Grace browning. So if you've watched my how to make stewed chicken recipe, then you'll see that it's a lot of the same, it's really a lot of the same ingredients, and it's also pretty similar in the way of cooking it. It's just that oxtails take a longer time to cook. All right guys, so let's get started by adding our fresh herbs. I'm going to add my scallions. Add my onions. Add my thyme, which I broke up. Going to add my fresh garlic. Tomatoes. Chop those up. And my Scotch bonnet peppers, which I cut up. Now I'm going in with about a tablespoon of pimento seeds. All right, time for a dry seasoning. So I'm just going to start with my adobo. My seasoned salt, some black pepper, garlic powder, now make sure you're being careful to use garlic powder and not garlic salt, because your meal, whatever it is you're cooking, will be super salty if you mistake the two. And now I'm going to add some Sazon. Dun, 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 dun. And my Grace browning. So we're gonna start with about a tablespoon of our Grace browning. And guys, my hands are clean. This is what your bowl should look like. And you wanna mix everything all together. So use your hands. You wanna make sure that everything is saturated, and just massage your seasonings into your oxtail. So this is what we have. All right, so now we're gonna get ready to all right guys, so now we are back. Our pan is coated at the bottom, our pot, with some oil. And then now I'm gonna go ahead and add our oxtails. The heat is high once again, so be careful. What it looks like in the pot. I'm gonna go ahead and cover it up. And we're gonna turn the heat down to medium. And we're just gonna let it cook for about an hour or so before we check on it. Okay guys, I'm back. Our oxtail has been cooking for about an hour on medium heat. So I'm just gonna go and mix everything in. Just checking on it really, because these oxtails take a super long time to fall off the bone. So I'll just show you what it looks like. This is what the gravy looks like so far. So we are actually gonna go ahead, cover it back up, and we just want to keep checking on it every half an hour. Checking on my oxtails again. Just want to give everything a stir. There isn't much moisture in the pot, so I'm going to add about 1.5 cups of water. And I just added my cup right to the bowl that I already mixed everything in. Still has some seasoning, that way it's not just like plain water. Alright, so I added that in. Now we have some moisture to work with. Okay, so once you add your water, this is what your pot should look like. So you just want to cover it up. We're going to continue to let that cook. Guys, here we are. It's 5:38. I started my oxtails at 2:00 p.m. They are still not ready, okay? I told you guys they take a long time to cook, and I was not lying. So, if you want to take a look, this is what they look like. But you'll know they're not ready because if you try to poke at them, they're still tough and they're not falling off the bone. We want our oxtail to be falling off the bone, okay? So, I'm going to keep stirring. And what I'm actually going to do right now, because right now it looks like we have some thick gravy, so I'm just going to add some water to that. So I'm going there with that about 1/2 cup of water. Mix a little, and my heat is on medium still, so it's been a couple of hours, but please do not rush your oxtails. I would hate for you to serve hard oxtails. It's just not, that's not how we like our oxtails. So we're gonna be patient, we're gonna cover it up, and we're gonna let it continue to cook. All right guys, it's now 6 p.m. My oxtail is beginning to get a little tender and fall off the bone. So what I'm going to do now, they're not completely falling off the bone. Definitely going to need like another 1.5 hours, but what I like to do at this point, and this is what it looks like, by the way, this is what your gravy looks like. What I like to do at this point is add a little bit more fresh herbs. So I have tomatoes, I have my onions, and I'm going to add those in. Going to mix all of that together. And this is really how you're going to get that authentic taste. All of those fresh herbs, your garlic, your thyme, your onions, tomatoes, pimento seeds. Like, you cannot cook your oxtail without that stuff. So you just want to mix all of that in. And I'm going to let this cook for maybe another hour before I add my butter beans. And my gravy is looking a little thick, so I think I'm going to add a little bit of water. Use your discretion. So I'm gonna add a little bit more water. Because I know my oxtail still needs some more cooking time. And I'm gonna cover this up, let it cook for maybe 30 to 45 minutes before I add my butter. I'm back. So, we are on our last step. We're about to add our butter beans, right? So I just cut the can and I drained all the water off. And I'm going to add my butter beans. Mix it in. Now at this point, I'm gonna turn my heat up because we're almost at the end and I want to thicken up my gravy a little bit. So I'm going to turn to high, but I am still going to cover my pot. And I'm going to let my butter beans cook in. I made 2 pounds of oxtail, so I only use 1 can of butter beans, but you can use more butter beans if you like. You can use less, maybe a half a can. It's all based on your preference. So I'm just going to cover my pot. Okay guys, I just wanted to pop back on really quick because our oxtails are all done and I just wanted to show you what they should look like by the time you're finished cooking. So we have our butter beans all in there. Our gravy is nice and thickened. So it's not too thin, it's not too thick. And there you have it, guys. Okay, so now I'm going to plate everything and then I'll show you the final product. And there you have it, guys. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and comment below. Thanks for watching.